Hey everybody, it's time for the Chazman Show. Episode number 17 is coming up. We're going to talk about Batman, James Gunn, the Quantum Realm, and what's new on Netflix. Stay tuned and roll the credits. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Chazman Show. This is episode number 17. I'm Chaz Riddle. If you like this video, I hope you've been enjoying it. Please like, share, please subscribe, and tell your friends all about us. Okay, so the first news I'm going to come about is the fact that Ben Affleck, it's finally come to pass that he is officially out as the Batman. Okay, now we've been hearing rumors of this for quite some time, but the fact is he's out. That's fine. Matt Reeves is going to be doing a Batman in 2021. And there will be no Ben Affleck, unless maybe he makes a cameo as an older Bruce Wayne or something like that. Who knows what's going to happen? Hollywood can change his mind on a whim. But anyhow, so Ben Affleck is out. But if you think about Batman, okay, my first introduction to Batman was back when Adam West was Batman, and Burt Ward was Robin, and Frank Gorshin was the Riddler, and Cesar Romero with his makeup right over top of his mustache. Didn't shave it, just put makeup over top of his mustache. He was the Joker. And then you had either Eartha Kitt, Lee Merriweather, or Julie Newmar as Catwoman. So lots of incarnations there. But then the next Batman that came out was Michael Keaton. He did 2 episodes, Batman, and then Batman Returns, I guess it was. That was with Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and oh my goodness. But then the next incarnation of Batman was quite a few years later when Val Kilmer came on the spot, and then George Clooney, and then Christian Bale, and now more recently Ben Affleck. Some people say Ben Affleck is the best Batman. Was he the best Batman, or was it the best written episode of Batman? I don't know. If you look back at the beginnings of Batman, I want to take a look and see who the writer was. His name was Bob Kane. And just on a little tangent there's a documentary out there called Bill Finger and Me. It's a story about Bill Finger, who was also a writer of Batman, a creator of Batman, but he didn't get his respect or any credit for that for a long, long time. And as you know, the Batman brand is worth billions of dollars. So it's an interesting documentary. Take a look at that. It's called Bill Finger and Me. Probably on Netflix still. If not, probably find it on Amazon Prime. But anyhow, Batman, okay, so we got 2021 to look forward to. Now, there's been no rumor of him not appearing in the new James Gunn, The Suicide Squad, because there's another news. James Gunn was fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because of some text messages he put out 10 years ago. And some snowflake got pissed off and got bad about it, pointed it out, and guess what? He got fired. So, well, they're still using the James Gunn script for Guardians of the Galaxy, but Warner Brothers has hired him because maybe Warner Brothers sees a good thing in their palm of their hand. They're going to go ahead and get it. So he's going to be directing The Suicide Squad. So there's no mention of whether Ben Affleck is going to show up in that or not. But more than likely, you are going to have Harley Quinn. You're going to have Will Smith, which is that's the core right there. I mean, my goodness, you get those two together, and you've got a show. Incidentally, I was working on House of Cards. It was the 5th season or 6th season, the first day of shooting, and Joel Kinnaman was there. I was standing next to him, and somebody asked me what I did the night before. And I said, well, I went to see Suicide Squad. What did you think of it? I said, I thought the villain kind of sucked, and it really wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Now, I didn't know that Joel Kinnaman, who was standing next to me, played Colonel Flagg. But, live and learn, right? He didn't say anything to me about it. He didn't talk to me. I mean, not like he was going to talk to me anyhow. But, he didn't even change expression. He probably realized that Suicide Squad was a, well, let's put it this way. It wasn't the best movie out there. But anyhow, along those same news, I'm sorry. If you want to know who more about Matt Reeves, he's the guy that directed Cloverfield. He also directed Dawn of Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes. So, you know, that's going back to the Batman. That's coming out in 2021. So that's Matt Reeves. Again, Bill Finger and me. He was also a creator of Batman. And of course, James Gunn is out as Guardians of the Galaxy 3. They're using his script, but Warner Brothers hired him. He's going to be doing the Suicide Squad with Margot Robbie and Will Smith. And who else is coming back, I'm not sure. But anyhow, along other news, Netflix right now, you can take a look at that. You can catch Ant-Man and the Wasp with Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly. And you'll see at the very end the introduction of how, well, actually it plays into Infinity War. You'll see how the snap, the snapping from Thanos, how that plays into Ant-Man and the Wasp. And you'll see how it all figures together. Now, I was watching an interview with Paul Rudd from a few months ago. And I'll just say this. A lot of times when people are joking, there's always some semblance of truth behind it. So in the interview, which I'm going to add to this video, Paul Rudd says when he found out that he was not going to be in Infinity War, he said he really wasn't upset about that. And then he goes on to say, well, maybe I was in it. Maybe I was just so small you couldn't see me. Now, most people thought that was just a joke, but now that we're talking about the quantum realm more with Doctor Strange and how things work, I don't think Paul Rudd was joking at all. I think Paul Rudd was in Infinity War and we couldn't see him. But so when we get to the end game, which comes out on April 26th, we'll find out how big of a part he actually played in that, because there's been leaked set photos of Paul Rudd and Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. wearing the things on their wrists, and so everybody's saying time travel. And then if you remember, Jana Van Dyne says to Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, before he goes into the quantum realm, watch out for the time vortexes and things like that. So this is all going to play into that. But anyhow, so if you want to get kind of up to speed on everything, both the Avengers Infinity War and Ant-Man and the Wasp and Doctor Strange and Black Panther are available on Netflix right now, and Thor Ragnarok. Okay, so what else is coming up on Netflix this month? Well, Velvet Buzzsaw is coming out. That's a movie that is written and directed by Dan Gilroy. It stars Dan Gilroy's wife, Renee Russo, and it also brings back Jake Gyllenhaal. So now you've got another team up of Dan Gilroy, Renee Russo, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Because if you look back at their filmography, you'll see that if you watch Nightcrawler, that was another Dan Gilroy written and directed movie starring Renee Russo and Jake Gyllenhaal. So take a look at that if you've got a chance. That's a great flick. I've watched that movie I don't know how many times now. But anyhow, what else is on Netflix? As Good as It Gets. That's what I would, take a look at that one too. In that movie, you've got Jack Nicholson, who wins an Academy Award. He was up for Best Picture that year. Helen Hunt won for Best Actress that year. Cuba Gooding Jr., who's an Oscar winner for Jerry Maguire, is in that. And Greg Kinnear was also up for Supporting Actor in that movie. So, great movie to take a look at on Netflix. Now, if you're a Hulu subscriber, there's some things you can take a look at. Say, for example, The Big Lebowski, starring Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi, and John Turturro. Oh, and also Julianne Moore. And also Philip Seymour Hoffman is in there somewhere too. I think he plays Mr. Lebowski's attorney. And so you take a look at that, you'll enjoy that. That's The Big Lebowski. So there's a lot of Lebowski friends, The Dude is back on Hulu. So that kind of tells you everything that's been going on the last few days. Here in Maryland, it's a snowy Friday morning, And what else would you do on a snowy Friday morning? I can't go out and work because my work involves driving people here and there, and I'm not going to get on the road with this nasty weather, so make a video. So, and then I also want to find out what's on Hulu, what's on Netflix, what's on a lot of other things. Also, by the way, anybody out there that had subscribes to the Ultraviolet Digital so they can download their movies, they're going to be shutting down sometime in early June, July. So you want to switch your movies over to Vudu, not now, but after that transition or right before. They're going to give you an update to tell you when to do that. But if you do it now, you'll lose half your library. So don't do that. So just keep that in mind. There's people that subscribe. I buy almost all my movies download from websites. You know, the physical media, I don't see a need for that anymore. But then again, you know, I guess if I ever lost my library, my digital library, it would be nice to fall back on that physical media. I don't know. Two schools of thought. I mean, there's nothing that I can't replace out there. My goodness, I think I saw in the pawn shop the other day where I picked up a light. I saw the original The Avengers. I think it was $4. You know, so I mean, goodness gracious, if I ever lost that movie, I would just go to the pawn shop, pick that right up again. Anyhow, that's it, guys. Their Super Bowl Sunday is coming up, so it means that there is no comedy at Second Chance this weekend. I guess we just can't compete with, you know, the Rams and New England. I mean, I'm sure Tom Brady is home right now, busy deflating some footballs. I'm sorry, all you New England Patriot fans out there, but deflate gate's still at the back of my mind. Anyhow, guys, I hope you stay safe and warm in this this blustery weather here if you're on the East Coast, and if you're somewhere where it's not blustery and cold, well, good for you. Hey, thanks for tuning in. My name is Chaz Riddle. Please, again, like, subscribe, and share this video. Hope you have a good time today, and have a great weekend, and good luck at the Super Bowl no matter who your team is. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.